Radio. Wrestling podcast featuring Rom and Bomber and Rab and the one and only Peanut. Woo! Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Bitches.
Once Matt's done blowing male Asian hookers.
This motherfucker has been losing
an
insane amount of time.
The Wyatts aren't from San Jose.
A huge announcement. Usually you do this at the beginning of the fucking show. JobberRadio.com. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Jobber Radio. I'm going to have to ask you guys, how about you go on iTunes and give us a little review? We would appreciate that very much. If it's 5 stars, that would be the best, because 4 stars and below, you can go fuck yourself. I'm just going to put it out there right now. Also, we're on iTunes. Well, I just said iTunes, didn't I? Hold on. Let me go to the next thing, because this is big. Instagram. I literally just did this the other day, because I got tired of always seeing Matt Zion on Instagram and stuff. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. Jobber Radio. I'm going to start one up. We're going to put some funny stuff up there, whatnot. Who knows? But we got that. We got Twitter at Jobber Radio. And I'm Jake, a.k.a. Bomber. How about we go around the room and say hello to everybody? How about we start off with Scott? What's going on, Scott?
Hey, that's me. No, I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how about you tell everybody how to find you and your stuff?
You can find my stuff at guiltypleasurecinema.com. Also, youtube.com/CyclopsScott. There's 2 S's in there. Go to GPC, it's fine. It's all over Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff. That's my movie stuff and everything. And yeah, and also here, of course, because I'm here more than Matt is now. So,
everybody's here more than Matt is now. Jesus.
Yeah. Matt's not even at home. He's like off on some adventure or something. He's on an overseas trip, on some foreign tour. He's not. He's just a little far out. But no. He's always got a copy of whatever wrestling's doing. Jeez.
And I missed where Rab also, he's out of town as well. He's missed the past couple shows too. But Rab and Matt Zion out right now. They're
out,
away.
And how convenient out. That's a topic we'll come back to.
Yep. And
they're on the shelf.
And there he is. You got Lee. Lee, how can we catch up with your stuff?
Well, if you're interested in listening to a bunch of assholes talk about movies, you can go to tmbdos.podbean.com, and you can find my podcasts there. They must be destroyed on site. And you can find all my other sort of relevant links there as well. So, check that out.
I don't know your format and everything, but I have to ask, one day, would it be weird if you had any of us on, just for a random episode one day?
No, that wouldn't be weird at all.
We always
love to have guests on. So
cool. Hey, there you go. You never know. Hey, Peanut. Peanut's here. Peanut's got something to plug too. What do you got to plug, Peanut?
Well, first, this is weird. Normally, when I'm here, I get introduced first, so I had to sit on my hands for a little bit.
I know. I was waiting.
I had my finger unmuted the mic when you said Scott, so I had to quickly mute it because I was about to be like, "Hello," but I would have stepped on Scott's virtual toes.
I appreciate that. It's throw me a bone.
Yeah, and also I don't think you said Jobber Radio at first.
He sure didn't. No, I'm glad you called him out on that.
One day I'll get it all right.
They always gave me crap.
Find us on iTunes. Who are we?
Oh, yeah,
do we even know what episode this is?
I do. We're episode 48.
70.
Okay.
We're getting close to 50, guys.
30 off. That's gonna be a big one.
All right, so Peanut, what the hell are you plugging? Plug it. Let's do it.
Well, I'm not plugging. I want to give a shout out to anyone on the A2E forums or MB Zone forums that are listening for the first time or have been listening, because I didn't tell Bomber, Rab, or Rom, any of the other guys from the forums. I actually just decided to post it on there because I was like, we haven't done that. So I posted it. One person was like, hey, I like this show. You guys should listen. So I was like, I thought it was neat that a couple guys actually listen to Jobber Radio.
I think Cheese does, right?
From the past. Yeah, so it was kind of neat. So I just want to give a shout out to anyone that actually saw those posts, decided to check us out for the first time, or past listeners. So thank you guys. And that's kind of a plug. If anyone here is into video editing, check out addictedtoediting.com for all your wrestling video needs.
And MV Zone. Yeah, anybody that happens to be listening over there and does remember me, hey, what's going on? One day I may return with one video. And it will be a CZW video.
Uh-oh.
So, anyway. All right, guys. So, it's been 2 weeks. We've had some stuff go down. We've had some horrible episodes of Raw and SmackDown, I will say. Personal opinion there. Personal opinion. But I think we should jump in first, Payback. What are your guys' Payback reactions or like fallout? Do you think it went good? Do you think it went bad? What did you like? What did you not like? Who wants to start off? Who watched the whole thing from front to back, first of all? Let's see if anybody's done that.
No, I couldn't even bring myself to do that.
My expectation was so low that I think I enjoyed the whole pay-per-view more because like I kind of went in there thinking like, but all the matches were pretty good. It's been like 2 weeks, and that's like 3 years in wrestling right now. So like, my mind's kind of forgetting everything. Besides the Roman Reigns versus Strowman match, which was pretty solid. The ending was pretty great.
I agree.
The aftermath, not so much.
Well, I really like their Fastlane match too, though. I was a really big fan of their Fastlane match. So they
have good.
They work really good. They work really good together. Like they really do. It's just the heat is just totally wrong. Mm-hmm. It's the wrong guy's the baby face and the wrong guy's the heel. That's the only problem. Other than that, those two work really well together. It's two big motherfuckers beating the fuck out of each other, and they do a really good job of it. But
and I'm going to keep saying it. Guys. Roman Reigns, he does not really have that many bad matches. You put him, he's been in there with like a lot of guys. I'm telling you, I know people fucking hate him, but he fucking has good matches. I'm saying
it's very Cena-like. How Cena was always pulling it out, and it's the same kind of idea here. It's a long ways to go for that, but it's so far so good. I mean, he's had great matches with a lot of guys that others don't. So
I still want to see more of him and AJ Styles. They had like the best series of matches.
Right.
Wow, that was great. Who knows? One day.
And I mean, with Payback, what was I saying in the predictions? The show should end with Strowman with his hands raised.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even though things happened and shoulders and such, but still.
Yeah. Was there anything on the pay-per-view that really shocked you guys? For me, it was Alexa Bliss beating Bayley for the title.
Yeah,
I didn't think that was way too quick.
What?
I thought.
Zion talked about it. If we realized it was Bayley's hometown, I think I would have went the other way on that. I would have picked Alexa. I mean, I did pick Alexa, but not for that.
Yeah,
I did know it was Bayley's hometown, but I was just kind of thinking that for once they might do something right because
they do now and then.
Because they've invested so much in Bayley at this point, and it's just like, wow, way to deflate her. Like
especially since Charlotte was going after the first to win both, and this one seems like almost like, oh no, we'll do this first. It's like, well, now it's not even a really thing. It's just it happened to happen, which is kind of better for the sake of how it should be. But it's still just a weird thing to do, and meh.
Still, I gotta say, Bliss is fucking amazing on the mic as a heel. Like she is so good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Amazing mic skills.
Yeah, and
it's kind of like what I was saying.
Goddamn! No, go for it. Go for it.
Thank you for the courtesy bomber. It's kind of like what I was saying last time. It's like a like a double-edged sword, and I'm like all flustered, blushing over here. Mm-hmm. But it's like that double-edged sword where it's like you want Bliss to win because she's so good, but if Bayley loses, it's like she needs more time with the title. So I was like split on it when it happened. I was like, one hand I was like happy because like I think we were saying last time like they can do some good stuff together, but I think Bayley could have used a clean win, and then next pay-per-view roll up with the title because this was a clean win, right, for Bliss. It was like ET and
that's the thing victory. That I was when I was talking about in our preview. I did not see them giving Bayley the loss here after she looked so strong at WrestleMania, beating Charlotte, Nia Jax, and fucking Sasha Banks. Like, she looked so strong, and then the very next show she loses to Bliss. I thought they were going to, like, at least keep her going strong for a little while. Yeah, I mean, that's what really shocked me. I mean, I really have no problem with Alexa Bliss, but, man, to me, that's the biggest shock of the pay-per-view.
And that's been her that's been her story since NXT, is like the underdog who couldn't really really couldn't hold on or do the big thing. And now that she's on the main roster, it should be that, yes, she finally overcame and becomes the big fucking champion who dominates for a long time until Asuka comes up and threatens her again, because Asuka's the guy or the woman that she could not beat.
Yeah, and I want to make a correction. I just said that was the biggest shock of the night for me. It was actually Chris Jericho winning.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say that.
That was weird.
Yep.
But he's in that situation a lot. Yeah, I'm noticing. Like he beat AJ. Oh, okay. Oh, he won the title. What? There's always
I like
don't worry.
We'll
get to what you expect, but not the way you expect it. And I am all for that.
Yeah,
that's good.
And I like how now Owens is already a 2-time United States champion. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the longest reigning U.S. champion on SmackDown
Jericho
Live,
too. Yes,
so.
Jericho too. Yep. Yeah. But
with Alexa and that, it's a weird thing. Like, she's really come into her own in this character, and I think part of it is the whole superstar swap. They wanted to show that things can happen as a result of this. Like, there's ramifications. So I'm surprised there wasn't any other titles that changed hands, honestly, related to that. Like, yeah, Jericho, but that was the whole thing going anyway.
Yeah.
But like have the Usos lose their tag titles right away or something like that. Just boom. They did that all the time with the draft back then. So
we're getting to those Usos because I got a lot to say about that match coming up at Backlash. But
before we do that, we have to talk about the House of Horrors match.
Yes, I was about to say. Yeah, we got to talk about the House of Horrors. Okay, Peanut. First of all, what was your thoughts on the House of Horrors match?
Well, let's say at the end of the pay-per-view, I was watching with some friends, and the one guy came in late, and they were like, "Oh, it was so bad," and he was like, "Hey, should I put it on so I can watch it?" And one guy was like, "Yeah," and then 3 people got up and left. So that's what everyone thought of the match.
Was that like in the ring or at the house? When they were in the house or in the ring?
The whole part of it.
Gotcha.
Like, the house part. I think it was
the house part. Okay, yeah, because they split it up on the show. Yeah. Okay.
That's my only thing I can say about
it. Okay, so here's my question for this fucking just catastrophe of a fucking bullshit match. Were they trying to sell to us that this was done in real time?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it was daytime.
They filmed it a week prior in Missouri.
Yeah, so it was daytime, but it was nighttime by the time the show was going on, and it was dark out, but it was daytime. So are we supposed to believe that Wyatt and fucking Orton were in some parallel dimension or something?
Yeah,
and how the fuck does how the fuck does Orton get back there so quickly after being pinned under a fucking fridge
when his car was stolen?
Right.
And who's the limo driver?
Who's that guy? Did he call an Uber? What the fuck is going on?
I do like the limo driver heel turn though. Basically, okay, I'll drive you, sure. No, it was filmed in it was nighttime because creepy, but the pay-per-view was in California, so it was still light out during that point. If you looked out your window, like, oh, they're here. Wait, it's light outside. What?
Yeah, I don't.
It's like you had the whole East Coast or the West Coast going no.
Yeah,
and I get suspension of disbelief, but that's so basic of a simple thing to have done. And if they just had it indoors in this boarded up house, and then he came outside and he's blinking, oh, it's bright out. Oh no, that's all you gotta do. Just little notes like that. A bunch of us are involved in film stuff. We know that's all. Just do that. You're fine. You can have the gloomy atmosphere and then get outside.
You got really
Bray Wyatt has magic darkness powers.
Apparently, because you have a backwards fucking tractor going on.
Yes. Oh my God, the backwards tractor.
Orton does too. Remember, Orton made his eyes glow when he was infiltrating the Wyatt family.
Oh right.
What really made me mad was they foreshadowed the attic. And then they just never went there. Like, stayed on the second floor. Then they went back down to the. But it's why would you do that?
Let's hang out in the kitchen with no knives in it.
Yeah,
the very small couches. I just want to comment on the small couches.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt is not a comfy man at home, apparently.
I will say this. First of all, I don't know how they fucking overlooked the whole night and day, the whole time difference and whatnot. I don't know who the fuck just. How they overlooked that. That was a big bonehead move on somebody's part. But I actually really like the idea of doing stuff. And if you heard in the when we did our predictions, I was saying I hope they do something not in the ring and they do something at a different on location somewhere, in a warehouse or some shit. But I really did like the idea that it was going to be in an actual house and they were destroying shit. I liked how like Orton got thrown through a little bit of the wall that went into like a closet and stuff. Like just destroying the house is a cool idea and a cool concept. But they really did for me, and I was pumped as soon as I saw them like go in the house. I'm not even gonna lie, I was actually probably alone on this one. I was pretty excited. I was like, wow, they're gonna go in there, they're gonna fuck shit up, they're gonna smash windows, they're gonna do all this stuff, and as everybody else probably felt, it was such a big letdown. I wanted it to start and finish there at the house. I don't know how they had to fucking finish it, but when they left, it killed everything. The little tiny bit of cool idea they had was killed as soon as they had to come back to the arena and finish it in the arena. That was stupid, but man.
And the whole the thing, like you're saying, like you got excited when you saw the house, like, oh, they're really going to do something different here. Okay, what are you going to do? I'm intrigued. I joked about that before, like how it was the thing we were least expecting or least looking forward to, and yet you kind of want to see what they're going to do. Like, what are you going to try and do here?
And this was...
and then they did. They started out like, okay, you're doing this, and then you're just kind of punching each other and pushing into walls.
Yeah, and it was kind of...
all it was Wyatt going from room to room, hiding in little closets, waiting for Randy Orton to stumble in, look at the dolls, and attack him. So if you look at it from that perspective, Wyatt was just comically like tiptoeing through the house, like...
And it blows my mind. It was...
And this is our
so
former
much
champion.
potential. So much potential.
Apparently, this was, from what I understand, this is something that Michael P.S. Hayes has been pulling for a long time to do a match sort of like this.
And so I love the concept.
He might be a little bit behind this, and it just stinks of let's rip off fucking Broken Matt Hardy in TNA. And let's also rip off like American Horror Story and try to combine those two things together and let's make it really terrible.
The house had a Resident Evil 7 feel. I thought like they're going for that kind of creepy, creaky thing. They really should have went, hey Matt, come here. We know you can't do broken stuff, but you want to help out?
And personally for me,
he's there.
In my backyard wrestling days, we had a thing where one of my I was a character called Hardcore Harry, and
as seen on Jobber Radio.
Yeah, as seen on Jobber Radio. If you want to watch our backyard breakdowns, but anyway, who knows? I might show this one day. My parents actually own a trailer park, right? Okay, in North Carolina, they own a trailer park, and they were like trashing a trailer, so. My parents said, hey, go in there and you can do whatever the fuck you want. Go in there, film. So we went in there and my character was like, okay, this is his like trailer. He lives in this trailer, right? And these three guys came in and jumped me and we fucking destroyed it as much as we possibly could. So when I saw something like this kind of an angle with this, I had flashbacks and I remember how much fun we had. I remember everything we destroyed, and we come to this, and I'm not even gonna lie, I would put my shit up against what Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton fucking did in that House of Horrors. It was not good, and I don't usually talk shit about a lot of stuff, but that shit was a big letdown.
You did better in the backyard ones we saw where you got the fence involved and the stuff.
Right.
Like you absolutely did more with that, and this is a multi-million-dollar worldwide company.
Yeah, they just had
the
better
production levels
values.
were different, but yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing is, did he like find a house? Is this his house? Did he steal a house? Did he break into a house?
They never specify any of this shit. Like
where the Wyatts aren't from San Jose, so why has he got a house in San Jose?
well, the old burnout church in the last match too. It's like, is that Wyatt's? Like the vignettes up to the building up to the last match. Is that Wyatt's fucking church, or what the fuck is going on? Sister Abigail, whatever the fuck that's supposed to be, is that buried under there? Whatever. It's just all really badly written shit. Where what should have really happened is, god damn it, and I will go on a limb and say, although I've never talked to the man, I don't know the man's mind, I know for a fact that I think Triple H wants blood back in the WWE. Just have a goddamn fucking hardcore fucking tough as shit match with some fucking blood in it and build some fucking heat.
Yeah.
That's what these two needed. They don't need this fucking movie bullshit crap that no one gives a fuck about. The audience totally shit on this, and the fact that they broke up the match into 2 parts and tried to re-continue it in the fucking arena, the audience really shit on that, because at that point it's like, who gives a fuck anymore?
Also, when you're doing a taped segment like that, you can easily do whatever movie Fake Blood you want to do, because you just, cut, go in, do whatever you got to do, and then you resume it.
And the funny thing is,
edit that out. That's so easy to do when you're doing it like that. When it's live, that's always been the problem.
Yeah, but then when they
do it live.
Post it on WWE, when they post on the YouTube, they would have to have someone make it black and white.
Right.
That's
no,
just
but
too
I'm
much
absolutely saying there are ways they could have done it if they wanted to.
See, you mentioned that, and they did that actually later in the night, because when Roman got attacked, I assume it was a tablet, a blood tablet, whatever they do now. Yeah. So they had blood then, which I was shocked as fuck when I saw him bleeding. It's funny how Roman bled, but yet they have a House of Horrors match fucking around in a house and nobody bleeds there.
And that is something I was going to say. Like they've got a big problem with establishing things through the show, because those stairs are not equivalent to an actual refrigerator.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that ruined everything. That fridge bit ruined the thing for later on, because you're like, I just saw him, he's fine, and those stairs are hollow. They might be heavy, sure, and that's a big man doing it, but that's a fridge. I know what fridges are like. I don't know what stairs are, but I know fridges.
Empty fridge. It's not light, guys.
No, and everybody knows that, because everybody has one, and but the stairs are different, and yet they don't look that heavy, and they're really not. But
I don't want to keep droning on it, but didn't Orton technically kind of beat Bray Wyatt there? Because once he got in the ring, Orton was like already there waiting for him. So like, wouldn't that mean that Orton kind of beat him to the arena?
No, it has to finish in the arena. Is what Cole was saying, I think. Like, what if he just never showed up? Were they eventually going to be like, all right,
race to the arena?
It's 11 o'clock. Start the 10 count.
They did mention that it would be by forfeit. Yeah, they did mention that on the.
Yeah, they just made up shit on the fucking fly, man.
The overall thing, we said this before, but the fact that this was the Raw pay-per-view, the first one after WrestleMania, and we've got the SmackDown champion facing the former champion getting his payback match, but not for the title. Presumably, they could have storylined this out by saying he doesn't get to have it because he's on Raw now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he gets his revenge on Orton. And yet the Raw champion, nowhere to be found.
Right.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. They're like, hey, Brock, come work this one. We'll see you in a month. Like, one date a month. It's all we ask. Brock Lesnar doesn't even need to show on Raw to sell matches. Like, he doesn't. And yet they're not even having the pay-per-view.
But I do want to just I kind of want to say, like, just like Peanut said, he liked Payback. I actually did like Payback overall. This was the one thing that I did not like. I know we're kind of shitting on this, but I did like the event overall. Like, a lot of the other matches were really good, but this one was just, it had so much potential and threw me out of it.
This one put it like thumbs in the middle, leaning down for me. This one match, like, totally kind of
this one match.
Like, it was it was 2 segments, but it soured a lot. Just
really
like the Mania one did. It tanks it.
Well, it was the same thing where it's like it had good momentum, and then this match happened, and it was just like,
oh yeah, it just stalled everything, didn't it? That's fuck.
Yeah, it's like now we have more. It's like
we still got more to look forward to. Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, any last thoughts about Payback before we move on to like the most recent stuff going on this week?
They should pay back the money.
Let's see what Matt Zion and Rab thinks.
Matt Zion did post a review, so it is on. We do have the playlist right here on Job Radio YouTube if you want to check it out.
We don't plug competitors, so
competitor. Oh, he's a competitor now. Okay, but once he shows up, then he'll start being. No, he's fine. He's just busy right now. Yeah,
he's working another territory for a couple months.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But
make the fans miss him.
So a couple things that kind of like breaking news almost is, hey guys, Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella, or Brie whatever the fuck you want to call her now, had their kid. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
It's going to make some great Total Divas episode, so I'm really looking forward to it.
I bet you are. But what the fuck? I didn't know about the name until I just saw the announcement. Birdie Joe Danielson. What in the holy fuck is that?
Yeah, because they do bees, because he's actually Brian.
So Brie, Bella. What? Why not fucking Brandy or fucking Beth or some shit? What the Birdie?
And I forget what the J stands for, but that's all. Like it's like
Joe,
because
it's Joe.
Family history has the initials or something like that.
Yeah.
They're just setting him up to be a serial killer. That's all there is. 3 names.
Yeah,
there you go.
B.J. Danielson. There you fucking go. B.J. Danielson.
B.J. Danielson. Well, yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah, no. So, yeah,
that's not a joke. That's
yeah, though, no joke at all. That's the thing. But
that's better than Birdie.
Yeah, it is.
That is a rural thing, though. I mean, I live in a very rural part of Canada. BJ is a common name around here. You'll have two initials. I mean, unironically.
Weird.
Yeah.
But hey, there you go. So, okay, I think the biggest news out of WWE right now is Braun Strowman injured elbow. He's going to have some work done. He's going to be out for an extended period of time.
4 to 8 weeks, they were saying.
Yeah,
but he's actually had this injury for a while. He actually decided.
That's what I mean. It's like
he actually decided to get.
I was gonna say it's weird. Like they definitely knew. So it's weird that I guess if it's his decision.
He'd been working the whole European tour, and they wrote him off on TV on Monday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, this is a smart move, actually. Honestly, I mean the way they've been the way they've been treating his character lately, where he's feuding with a fucking enhancement talent for some stupid reason,
Kalisto?
Which makes I mean, it makes no goddamn sense. I mean, they had a good opportunity of Kalisto too after the fucking dumpster match. Like he comes back wearing the awesome black costume and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
They could have built that up to something where he comes back after a few weeks after his injury and do some vignettes where he's super serious now and he's changed because he got destroyed by Braun. But no, he just comes in the next week, doesn't look like he's injured at all, and he's wearing a new costume and they don't do anything with it. So it's bullshit. But I mean, Braun, they need to keep him fucking healthy, so it's the right fucking move to put him on the shelf for a little while. And I mean, he's not going to lose any fucking heat because
no, of course not. Definitely not.
Oh, they're going to be so excited when he comes back in 4 to 8 weeks, whatever it is. They're not. It won't be long enough to forget him.
Yeah,
it'll be super good when he comes back.
But that's going to leave a lot of because Extreme Rules. I heard it was rumored to be Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns in an ambulance match. So now that's going to have to change.
And then the July one was rumored to be Braun and Brock.
The Great Balls of Fire. Is that what we're talking about?
We're
talking about Great Balls of Fire right now.
They picked that. Yes.
Wait, I thought Great Balls of Fire is first, and then it's Extreme Rules.
No,
right?
Extreme Rules
it's
is
backwards.
first. Yep.
All the way around, yeah.
But I mean, really, do we want to see? Does anyone want to see Braun and Brock that early though? Shouldn't this be something that should be built up for a while?
It should be built up, especially since I've seen it in 2 Rumbles.
Yeah, so I mean, it's actually kind of a good thing that he's injured on the shelf because if they have any goddamn brains in their booking committee or writing team or where the fuck you call it now, they should take some time and plan this out where they have fucking Braun do an extended, build up kind of thing to the match with Brock. Make it special because I mean you only got so many dates with fucking Brock, so you should just plot this out.
These are the same people that gave us Seth versus Joe on Raw.
Yeah, I know.
After you accidentally got a crazy big feud compared to what you could have had, and they've done it 2 times on Raw. Now it's gonna be on the pay-per-view. It's like no.
So. My question is though, with Strowman out, what is what do you guys think Reigns is going to do? Where is Reigns going to go? Because he's been busy with Strowman this entire time. He's been doing that, and Undertaker. He has nothing really else, nobody else a feud going on with. What do you think?
I think people are going to gun for him because he's the key to the title, and if they can knock him off, that's a title shot.
Yeah,
what were we saying, Peanut?
That's the way to go.
I was gonna say tag team champions with Kalisto, but I like Scott.
Oh my god! Get the fuck out of here!
Dude, I like yours. That's good too. I want to. Could you see it? I saw Batista Mysterio did it.
God, don't even bring Mysterio. True. Don't even bring Mysterio up right now. Oh my god.
Oh man, tough subject.
Yeah, sore subject there. So all right. Obviously, Strowman out. What does that mean? What do you guys think that means for Brock, though? Who is going to be Brock's opponent at Great Balls of Fire? I think, this is me, I'm going to throw this out there. You guys think about it for a second. I think it's going to be Bray Wyatt. I think Bray Wyatt's going to do his thing with Finn Balor. It's going to be a short-lived run against Finn Balor. I think he's going to beat him, at Extreme Rules, and that's going to put him up in the top spot, and he's going to go up to face Brock. That's just me, though. That's just me. I don't think they're going to do Reigns yet.
Like,
like
a filler match.
Yeah, it seems like a good option. Seems like a good option because, I mean, honestly, I think there's a lot of money down the line doing a big man, small man thing with Balor and Brock. So,
I agree. Yeah.
So if you keep them apart for a long while, it would be smart. I mean, honestly, they don't give a fuck about fucking Bray at this point, so they'd be willing to sacrifice him to Brock.
You know what?
Yep.
I would love to see that at. Well, no, Strowman might be back he will be back, but they might be looking at that maybe for SummerSlam now, perhaps, because we know Brock will be back for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And then maybe Balor for Survivor Series. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah,
I do like the dichotomy, the difference of seeing Brock just out there ready to go and Balor doing the demon thing. Like that's cool visuals back and forth with that, because we haven't really seen Brock do that at all against anyone yet. So, and
that would be an interesting feud. Like, okay, so the demon thing with Balor is something they have to use sparingly. Like, it's not something he should bring to every pay-per-view. So they could do the same thing they did with Ambrose, where Ambrose is just getting ragdolled by Brock every week, where so it's obvious he can't stand up to him. But if he turns into the demon, he has a chance against Brock.
And when Ambrose got all his weapons in that, it's an equalizer.
Yeah. And then this time though, actually give Balor some offense in the final match instead of just fucking Brock killing him.
I don't know, man. He fucking squashed Ambrose pretty much, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just looked at Balor and was no.
Remember, he was leading up to his actual UFC fight.
But...
for that Mania match, so that just kind of spiked things there.
It almost feels like they were punishing Ambrose, because I mean, there have been backstage rumors that Ambrose just feels kind of complacent and lazy in his spot that he has, and it feels like
I don't buy that shit.
What I always heard about that was that Lesnar didn't want to work. That's what I heard about.
I heard that Lesnar didn't want to work because he was training for his UFC fight.
That's what Ambrose said.
Yeah.
For Ambrose, I don't think he is lazy. I think he might come off that way, and people just don't know how to read him.
Yeah, because
he seems kind of goofy and aloof, so he might come off that way. But he's like, whatever. He's nonplussed by it. Doesn't mean he doesn't care.
I agree 100%.
That's how he comes across.
I think he's that.
I've seen a lot of back before he came in WWE. He did shoot interviews and stuff, and he just completely comes off as if he doesn't care. Like he's just totally just along for the ride and stuff. And I can definitely see how people can see how he's just complacent and he doesn't really care what he's doing.
It's casual.
Yeah,
almost.
But he does.
And yet that works when he calls Kurt Angle from the ring. Like that kind of stuff just works, I think. It's
because Kurt Angle wasn't there for some reason, right? Did they ever explain why?
Yeah, England. He doesn't want to fly.
Yeah,
but I
presume. Wish... I mean, that normally happens. So.
Yeah. I kind of wish they just throw Ambrose back heel. Because he's just as a babyface, he doesn't work for me at all. He's just watered. He's too way watered down. As a heel, I loved him in the Shield as a heel, man. He was my favorite heel.
I like him as a babyface, but he's not going to get what he really should as one. So
I just want to see his old school promos again, man. Because and it's got to be as a heel. He can't do that as a face because he does come off as the goofy guy.
His delivery and his hair, he is a bad guy. Like he's kind of like
I like the idea of him going heel at some point against Balor, against Joe even, because Joe's going to go good at some point. Against all these guys, against Braun even, against Roman, it's Ambrose heel would be good for all that. It'd be good.
Lot of potential for great matches there if they did that.
But it's funny because we talk about that, and then look who he's going to defend his title against next week on Raw. It's going to be Miz. So
Miz.
Again, for I think it's the 49th time they've defended the title against each other. Or they fought for the title?
But Miz is good. So
they never should have.
Shocked how they went from the IC title being so hot to being again just I don't care about it at all.
And yet now it's the de facto default top title because Lesnar.
Yeah, and
yet it isn't the way it should be. Like if it was a few months ago, it would be people want that title. Damn right they do.
They should never have taken the title off the Miz. He should have still been holding it at this point. And by the way, fuck that guy in the comments who was giving us shit, talking up the Miz.
Oh my god!
Oh,
yes.
he hasn't won in 2017, so he's just a mid-card jobber. Fuck you.
Dude,
He's having his career resurgence right now. It doesn't matter if he's winning or losing.
People are paying to see him lose.
He literally called Miz a jobber. He literally said he is a jobber. He's an enhancement talent. No, fuck off.
No, that's a very different thing.
I did say, yes, I agree. Maybe he has an argument against Finn Balor being a draw, but dude, oh my god, Miz is nowhere near fucking... As much as I fucking hate Miz, because anybody on this podcast knows I fucking hate the Miz. Like,
if
that's
all
legit.
you do is look at the win and loss, he loses a lot, yeah, but he makes it believable like he's going to win throughout. That's the key to a match. It's not just about the end result.
And I think...
He makes you believe it through and through.
He has been doing his best work ever in his career in this last year and a half or so, and
since the
WWE knows it.
Yeah,
I mean, they know it. They're giving him a lot of losses, but they know how to use him correctly at this point.
And unfortunately, I am big on win and losses. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, they don't fucking matter." I'm big on
same here.
Win and losses. I think
they matter.
It's important to me.
They matter to an extent, but I mean,
they matter. But when it's almost like I can compare this to UFC. You might have this back and forth fight, and yeah, that guy won. But man, that was so close. He's still good over there too. We're gonna keep giving him opportunities. That's what Miz is kind of doing right now. He might be losing, but damn, it's close. Like, you can't take it away from him.
And Miz is kind of the Chael Sonnen of the WWE right now because he's just his promos are so fucking good.
Yeah, I can see that. But did anybody watch this past week on Raw? Does anything else stand out to you guys that went down? Because what do you guys think of Bray Wyatt beating Ambrose?
It was unexpected.
When I saw the main event, I was like,
wasn't because it's like, oh, of course he won. He was the champion. He beat Orton. He's going to be a big deal over here for some reason.
Well, I was surprised that they actually gave a fuck about the fact that they had him holding the title like a month earlier. I was kind of like, oh, they'll just forget that shit and totally reset him on Raw. But
yeah,
hey, whatever. I mean, Ambrose can absorb a loss without any fucking problem.
Yeah.
And it's these guys again. They've got history from the Shield and Wyatts back in the day.
They do, and I enjoyed their feud that they had back. A while back.
I think honestly, the coolest thing from Raw was Sheamus and Cesaro running the table.
Man.
They're doing good heel shit.
They went all the way through. I've never seen Turmoil go start to finish with the one team.
And that's crazy. Like
but those guys make it believable.
They're the number one contenders again. So
yeah, poor Jeff Hardy's tooth.
Yeah,
but they probably buried the whole tag team.
I have a question. I didn't see all of Raw, but was Jeff actually there, or was he in tape stuff backstage?
Yeah, they came out after.
Because remember when TNA could not bring Jeff Hardy to England because of some kind of prior?
I remember that. Yeah,
they were in England. Did W actually get him there?
Yeah, they were there. They came out after the match.
Yeah. Neat. Okay.
Yeah.
I think they just have the money and influence to clear that shit a little bit better.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the only other thing that I want to talk about Raw. Really was the Cesaro and Sheamus again, number one contenders. So that's gonna. I think this is time. I think the next time it's got. I think they're gonna take the titles, and fingers crossed. Maybe we'll have a broken gimmick pop out. Who knows? But
they're still battling about that, right?
Gonna be slow.
Last time.
I don't know.
But the thing is, like, last time, though, we were here, like, everyone's like, oh, they bought the rights to the Broken. But the last thing I heard was TNA was trying to, like, trademark.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you. I heard a lot of things. I heard 100% they were not going to be at WrestleMania. They weren't coming to WWE, and they fucking showed up. So I'll believe when I fucking see it, because I heard 100% they weren't going to be at WrestleMania, and they showed up. So, and I shit my pants. But anyway.
Hey, maybe they'll just call themselves Shattered Matt Hardy. There you go.
Shattered.
Trademark.
There you go.
Shattered Dreams.
Slap it down.
Well, he still does the motions. Like, he'll go out there and do the delete thing and that. But
they are showing the delete thing now, I guess.
Yeah, like he did it on Raw, or the Raw last week, I think. So.
Mm-hmm. But overall, I wasn't a big fan of Raw. To me, it was kind of shitty. No. The main event was just so weird to me. Like, putting Bray Wyatt and Ambrose against each other, both guys didn't really need to take a loss. And then the fact that also Finn Balor beat The Miz, but yet Miz is number one contender, it's just, I don't know. It's Raw still really is doing some weird. I was confused for Payback, and I'm fucking confused after this past Raw. I don't really know where everything's going.
They're trying to make everybody be upper level, Instead, they're taking guys who are and having them lose to people who they normally don't, and it's getting weird. Like, who's what now? It's having the adverse effect of elevating them, right? Yeah. So
that's what happens when you don't build people properly. If you just throw a guy into the mix like Jinder Mahal,
thank you,
and you don't build him properly, then it makes everything feel weird, and the audience responds badly.
And that's
can I say
kind
that
of like
Jinder
why
Mahal
SmackDown was so great.
Jinder Mahal has been doing such good work with what he's able to do right now.
Oh yeah, no, he has.
Like, holy frick!
Apparently, he has been just chomping on the bit to move up and do better stuff, and they've finally given him a chance, and he's definitely making the most of it. I'm not going to sit here and say he's a great worker or anything. He's pretty decent, but he has been really trying. He's really been up in his game. His promos is better. His work in the ring is better. It also helps that he's been now working with guys who are like fucking world class, so it just rubs off on him and makes him look better. And he hasn't fucked anything up so far, other than kind of stiffen guys in the ring a little too much. But other than that,
yeah. And I really can't give my 2 cents on whether or not he's been a good worker or not, because he really hasn't been able to showcase anything before. I mean, not that I've seen anyway.
That's the thing. That
so
goes back
he
to
might
they
be, he might not.
Up.
Yeah, he might be good, he might not be. I don't even know yet, so I haven't been able to see anything.
I've seen some of his stuff outside of WWE. He's decent. He's decent in the ring. They've never given him anything in WWE to make him look like a threat to anybody, and that's the biggest problem. They have to retroactively build him up, I guess. At this point.
This is good because I have some stats to give you guys. Courtesy of cagematch.net, which I'm on 24/7. So far this year, Jinder Mahal has a 16.4% win record. He's won 9 matches of 55. In the entire last year, this is all of 2016, he won 4 matches last year. He won 4 matches in his career last year out of 46 matches.
Yeah, that's like 4 more than I thought he actually wrestled.
That's an 8.7% win percentage. And then 2015, 8 matches. He won 8 matches out of 24. 2014, 5 matches out of 64. And here it is. 2013, he won 7 matches out of 112. That's a 6.3. This motherfucker has been losing.
Yeah,
an insane amount of time since 2014.
But that's what WWE didn't want to go to India.
2013, sorry.
Yeah.
That's what WWE does. They crush people, and when they try to push them, it just doesn't work because no one fucking buys them. I mean, wins and losses actually do matter. If you got a guy losing every goddamn week on every one of your multiple fucking shows every week. People aren't going to buy him. They're just not going to buy him as a main event.
But that's an insane record, though. That's insane.
Yeah, dude, it's not just even the ones that they never took seriously, like Jinder and one like that. I still maintain that after Ryback got sandbagged so hard, when he turned heel against Cena, no one really bought into it. And he was the hottest thing against Punk. Like, they had a surefire ticket with that. And they sandbagged him for a while. And people were like, no, he doesn't win, though. He's not going to beat Cena. And people actually believed he could at one point. No one ever thought Jinder could win the IC title, let alone the world title against Orton. And yet, look, him. Yeah, he's the guy now. No, he's not. That's just automatic.
What do you guys think, or what do you think the odds are at this point that he actually walks away?
Dude, I fucking think he is.
Pretty good.
I think he's going to fucking win.
That's what I mean. Like, the more I think about it, I think the more is like I think he's actually going to walk away.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I don't think he'll have it long. Like, he won't go into SummerSlam as champion.
It just frustrates me that they could have actually been like, yeah, we're going for that. Yeah, okay, let's work on that.
You know what
Because
pisses me off?
they know the arenas they're going to. They know the some stuff figured out. They have things worked out. They could be like, hey, let's not have Jinder lose for 3 months before the title match in June.
But you know what really fucking pisses me off if they do this thing? If they really do give Jinder, now, they may not, but it still pisses me off that it's a good possibility at this point that if Jinder Mahal wins the fucking championship, guys like fucking Mr. Perfect, fucking Roddy Piper never fucking won the title, but goddamn Jinder Mahal, who's won 15 matches in the past goddamn 7 years in his career.
Know why?
This is
they didn't have to.
Exactly. Well, okay, okay.
It's a different era. It's better if they did. I agree.
Yeah, because that's back in the era where having 1 or 2 title runs actually mattered. Mm-hmm. Now everyone has like 15 title runs, and it doesn't mean shit, right?
People still look fondly back on Ultimate Warrior for being the champ. He was champ once for a year.
Yeah.
Cena's been champ over 10 years of times, and he's tied for Flair. And yeah, it's a different kind of era, a different kind of thing. Like, yeah, Savage only had it twice, and Michaels had it 3 times, and it's whatever. Yeah, Perfect never had it, but he was the guy to go against someone. And you get your odd ones, like Slaughter won it. Well, that's kind of weird. Why didn't someone else?
Well, he was like super over though as a heel though. That was
but it's still. But that's kind of my point though. Sure. Like unless something like you strike it like that, like when Undertaker won it in 1990, he was still like they only had 20 or so champions since the 60s. They're over 140 now.
Yeah,
like it changed hands 8 times in 1999 or some shit. Like it's a different time now. Yeah. So, like, if you took Triple H and put him back in that era, he never would have held it.
No.
Orton wouldn't have either. So, the fact now that they have 2 shows a month that are pay-per-view-ish things, yeah, you're going to have more changes, and you're going to give a guy like Jinder a shot. When you had 4 pay-per-views, and 1 was a Rumble without the title even being up there.
Yeah. And here's the thing, I think they're doing the same thing with Jinder. It feels like they're doing exactly like a carbon copy of what they did with JBL, where one week he was just Bradshaw jobbing, and then the next week he was JBL, and he was on the
wrestling god, yeah.
Yeah, and he was on the fast track to the title. So they didn't do any build-up with JBL either, and eventually it worked. It worked.
It did.
So, I mean, there is a chance that it will work with Jinder.
But
hold on. Are you saying Jinder is a Hindu wrestling god?
No, hold on, though.
I'm kind of thinking, yeah, kind of.
No, but hold on. JBL, though, at least when he was with APA, though, he was, like, a respectable, like, that dude's a badass. At least back then, he was kind of built up in a way where he was not a jobber.
He was floating then, though.
Yeah.
He was,
well, no, to be fair.
He was floating then. Like, he wasn't
He was. He never kind of won, but he would beat the crap out of you, but he just couldn't put it together to win it.
Yeah.
So you always had the idea that he could beat you, but he never pulled it off.
Yeah, you bought him as badass. Yeah.
Jinder, for years, was,
nothing.
Whatever. And then kind of, sort of with Rusev, but it more dragged Rusev down than brought Jinder up. And then suddenly, look, Jinder, he's the guy. What? When?
Let's think the pay-per-view before he won the number 1 contendership thing. Remember, we were all shocked that he had a pay-per-view match. That was weird.
And the sudden match they had. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I don't know.
It's a weird
It's very JBL-like, though. You're right. It is.
The thing is, I've been looking at the house shows. Jinder Mahal has been, like, the main house show circuit they've been running with Jinder. He's been fighting Orton for the title. It's been Randy Orton defending the title against AJ Styles and Jinder Mahal in triple threat matches. That's what they've been running recently. So,
which is smart as fuck, because that is totally designed to get Jinder in shape for doing a world title match with better workers.
Yeah, because I haven't seen those matches, but I guarantee you, like, they're probably giving. I don't know if they're giving AJ the pinfall or whatever, but they're probably not making Jinder look weak at all, I assume. No. I hope not, anyway.
No.
They did the same thing. They've always done that. Like, Vader and Michaels did that, for Christ's sake, and stuff like that. It's nothing new. They're trying to figure out and make the match good for TV. Remember when Finn Balor came back after on? It was a shock, but he also was on the .com returning a few times before.
Yeah.
They're trying to make it a big deal, but no, Jinder's had all these title matches. I want an opportunity. Yeah, go watch the show live. You'll see he gets them and loses.
Yeah.
I wish they wouldn't do that. I wish they'd keep house shows and the stuff we see on TV totally separate and not even mentioned on the .com.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But there are some other things going on SmackDown that I want to talk about. Mainly
for Breezango.
Yeah.
The tag teams.
Thank you. God.
I was the Fashion Files vignettes. I think they've been great.
That is literally 2 guys taking a crap situation and going, let's have fun. And it worked. Very New Day-like,
funny.
Let's
be
honest.
Actually, that's very much like Miz and Morrison, honestly.
Morrison. A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. No.
But, I'm watching it, and I'm like, I don't think anyone wrote this from the WWE. Like, I think this was just kind of like a little bit on the fly, and a little bit them pitching jokes, and then someone not getting it and being like, "Oh, okay, how did this get here?"
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
To me, it's definitely my favorite thing going on in SmackDown kind of right now. Even with the AJ Styles and Kevin Owens and all that, dude, I fucking love the Fashion Files. I'm so glad. I've always kind of somewhat liked Fandango, whatever you want to fucking call him. But
you mean Deputy Dango?
Deputy Dango. There you go. But I've always just wanted him to do something. I've never been a big Breeze fan. I know a lot of people are, but I've really wanted a lot out of Fandango, and dude, I really hope this is... I don't think they're going to win the titles. I think this is a kind of a false push for them. But because the Usos actually are kind of looking really good right now as well. Not to me, not as entertaining, obviously, as Breezango, but Usos are looking good.
I've liked Fandango, but he's been hamstrung by the gimmick.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And yet, he found a way with Breeze to actually evolve it into this, and it's like, okay, no, this works. This is natural for both of them.
Yep.
And of course they gravitate to each other. They're both huge douchebags.
They're so
This
funny.
is great. Also, they're good guys. What? Okay.
They're so fucking funny, dude.
That is weird.
Well, I mean, Zack Ryder's a douchebag, and he's a good guy.
Yeah, but he's a likable douchebag.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They've become likable douchebags. That's basically what it is.
And I can't tell if I like the Usos. Their like third gimmick change in the past 2-3 months.
I do.
How they just kind of come out. Well, it's just weird because it looks like they're just dressed how they are on the street, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Visually, just to see them.
I like it because it's a total 180 from what they were as faces.
Yeah, they were the most land high flyers.
Yeah,
that should not exist.
And I mean, they had to do something to make them more distinct because they don't have the size of most Samoans. Like they're actually pretty goddamn small for Samoans, so they have to do something.
Yeah, of their whole family. Yeah.
See, the reason I really like the Usos right now, and this is, I think I'm pretty confident I can say this. This is probably the favorite Usos that I've seen so far, is because
Same here.
They're actually getting mic time and they're actually doing good work on the mic. Before they were nothing. When they were faces, they were just getting over by having the bright colors and the face paint and doing, as you said, the flashy high flying moves. Now they're actually on the mic. They're spitting out some good shit, and I'm actually liking them a lot. So somehow, after we talk so much shit about the SmackDown tag division, we have a good tag team title match coming up.
Well, they had nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, that's true. I don't like any of the other teams, but Breezango and the Usos, I think, is going to be a good match at Backlash coming up.
I think it will be.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm actually excited for it. Like, I kind of started that as a joke, but I am genuinely a huge fan of this.
And here's a spoiler. And here's a spoiler for me already. I don't think that Breezango is going to win the titles. I really wish they would, but I don't think they are. Not this one.
I would not be surprised if they did, but they're not going to. I'm pretty confident.
It doesn't really make sense for them to do it because Usos need to be strong heels. So
yeah,
and it works better for them if they don't win. Like they can do more with that gimmick.
Yeah, you just said it. American Alpha. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Where?
Look,
I think
they're the Enzo and Cass of SmackDown,
dude.
Yeah,
they pushed them too hard and too fast.
And
they buried the division like during the Turmoil match, and then after that,
what a wasted title run.
They had no competition. And
you want to know another waste? They don't have Naomi's belt glowing.
That's true.
No,
true.
I forgot.
It's just a black void around her waist. What the fuck?
You know what the biggest waste is that there should be a tag team division on one brand only.
Yep.
That would
imagine how amazing this fucking tag team division would be if it was all in one fucking brand.
Yeah.
That would be fucking sweet.
Yeah, I agree.
You would not be at a loss for great matches.
No, NXT's tag brand is better right now.
Yeah,
it is. Speaking of somewhat NXT, I have to ask, what the fuck? I thought they were going to do this big thing with Ty Dillinger. What the fuck's going on with Ty Dillinger? Why is he, like, facing...
He got called up.
Aiden English right now, of all people.
It's because he got called up to WWE television, and that's what they do.
Yeah, no, you start small. That's what they always do.
And Aiden English is getting his mental illness push as a way to make fun of fucking Mauro Ranallo, which is just fucking low class as shit.
That is the most disgusting thing.
I don't know. I don't buy that.
Oh, come on. It's the WWE. You know that's what they're doing.
I missed it.
I don't buy that. You
Are
missed what?
Are they doing a bullying gimmick? Is that what they're doing? Or
yeah, he's overly emotional and breaking down over being bullied.
Yeah, it's fucking blatantly obvious.
He's not being bullied though. He's just losing.
Month,
nobody's acting like it.
But they're
making fun of his
anti-bullying month.
But his reactions to losing, they are making fun of that.
Yeah, they're making
has
fun
no
of
place.
It's just disgusting.
I don't know.
Even if it's not a Ronaldo thing,
it's
disgusting to make fun of someone who's emotional over losing.
Yeah, it's
like that's just bad.
That's all they do.
That's his character, though. He's like the drama king, right? Is that what his gimmick
and I
is,
get
though?
that. But then they make fun of him for it.
So when he wins, though, I assume he's going to still do he's going to be overly dramatic,
and that's as a fine. Winner. But they shouldn't be making fun of the guy.
Yeah,
the commentators shouldn't be making fun of him. Other wrestlers can because they're bad guys or whatever. But the commentators shouldn't be like, "Oh, this is ridiculous." That is the wrong thing.
Yeah. I mean, it just feels like a way to give JBL a little pat on the back. There, guy. We'll give you a little something.
You washed out the one who couldn't handle it. You know, the most legit broadcaster you've had. I'm going to put a period on that. It's like one of the most legit you've ever had.
Yeah, and which, by the way, since Jim Ross is sort of back in the fold of WWE, get more Ronaldo back on fucking Access for fucking New Japan, please.
Yeah. And someone hire Mike Goldberg already.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's the UFC guy, right?
Yeah. Well, he's done as of last year, so I think he'd be good for that.
What has he been doing? Nothing.
But he does other stuff too. But
okay.
His main thing is up, so they kind of are looking at him to bring him in.
That'd be interesting. But one of the last things I want to talk about really about SmackDown right now is the whole Dolph Ziggler, Shinsuke Nakamura, I guess feud. Did
you see the racist font that they used?
Wait, what?
Oh God, no! I missed that.
No, what are you talking about?
They had a font for their confrontation or whatever they were gonna have, and it was done. It was done all in Japanese kind of character font. It was both Dolph Ziggler.
They don't need to do that with No, they don't need to do that with him. He doesn't need that.
They don't have
gimmick.
Finn Balor being Mr. Irish leprechaun guy. Why are they making he's Japanese, sure, but come on.
It was weird because the entire font it had Dolph Ziggler's name and Shinsuke. They were both done in this sort of like Hong Kong-ish kind of.
And have you noticed
Trouble Little China font kind
they're
of thing.
Introducing Shinsuke as the artist, Shinsuke Nakamura?
Yeah, and they shouldn't really play up the Michael Jackson thing. I mean, everyone gets it. And
let it be a thing.
Yeah.
Just let it be the thing, but don't do that.
Just let him do his thing. Don't fucking put a character on him. He is his own character.
Well, I remember that misstep they had. We talked about this when Balor first brought in the Demon. It was like, oh, it's this thing he taps into. Maybe he can't control it. No, it's just a thing he does. It doesn't have to be a supernatural thing. Don't make it more than it needs to be.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to do. They're doing that with Nakamura. It's like, no, just let him be this weird Japanese dude. That's fine.
No, him and Ziggler's interaction was a lot better than last week's.
Oh yeah, the Michael Jackson stuff.
Hold on,
horrible.
time out. No,
but that's not what this is. It's been a great build with these two. I just don't care because Ziggler has fallen so far off.
But you guys aren't concerned or worried that it's been all of their confrontations have been the exact same. It's literally.
I think this was like a redo.
One guy has bad English, the other guy doesn't give a shit.
But so why the fuck do they keep giving him the goddamn microphone then?
Because when they have the match and Ziggler naturally sells awesome, takes Nakamura's. It's like amazing. You're gonna forget about the build.
It'll be like him is great. I hope Ziggler's motivated for that match. So.
Yeah, no, the
match even how he was selling on SmackDown, he's, his instinct is gonna kick in, and it's gonna be a great match. And then we're gonna kind of forget about the little bit lack of a build. Yep.
It's an actual proper build that is so lackluster.
Yeah. I think you can tell Ziggler doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing.
No, I think they're just totally betting on the fact that Ziggler's going to bump like a motherfucker for Nakamura, and that's it. I think that's basically
he's going to make his offense look.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason they put him in there.
He's there to legitimize Nakamura, everybody else.
Yeah.
And he will.
His offense. is gonna look awesome.
This is funny.
Ziggler's fun to watch.
Ziggler's literally like the gatekeeper now. Like first he did Baron Corbin, now he's doing Nakamura, and I guarantee you, I'm calling it right now. I think he's gonna be, because I mentioned Ty Dillinger earlier. I bet when Ty Dillinger finally gets done, it's gonna be Dolph Ziggler, Ty Dillinger, and then he's gonna put Dillinger over.
Dolph's gimmick is, stop being obsessed with the shiny new toys. There's good ones right here. So that makes absolute sense. Yeah.
And then he just loses. So
it's just too bad that they never could do anything with fucking Ziggler. That's all.
Well, they needed to pull the trigger when they did, and then they didn't.
Had something,
and tried to pull the trigger.
Yeah. Well,
and it was
even
late.
They had something special with him and the Miz a couple months ago. Then that next SmackDown, they took the title off of him, and they just
they blew that so bad.
There was more to tell at that. There was more story to tell there, and I'm still a little bit upset about that. So Dave, like his whole career at WB has just kind of dicked him around, and it's kind of unfortunate because he's been a trooper kind of for the most part. But I think it's now starting to show.
He's one of those guys that needs to go. We said it before. He needs to go get reinvigorated. So when he comes back, it's a big deal because he's just always kind of been here.
Imagine him.
He is like if they're calling Ambrose lazy, I feel Ziggler is. And this might sound weird. I'm not truly late like in that sense, but he is kind of taking it for granted, and he's trying to get better, but he's not doing anything different. Meaning he's not improving.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he's not changing it up, and it's not working. So stop doing that and do something different.
I think he could have the same kind of thing Cody Rhodes has had, just breaking off from WWE. Like I think he could make a pretty goddamn big splash in Japan. I mean, if that was something that he felt like would work for him.
I bet you he would take the cheap road and go straight to fucking Impact, though.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think there's any money.
I don't think he would.
No,
there's no money there.
I think he knows how good things are with WWE. But he needs to break through that ceiling, and nothing is working, so he needs to go away, recharge it, and come back, not go down there. And that would be the wrong way. He knows that's a step.
I do have to admit, for about 3 hours today, I was just watching all Impact Wrestling stuff. So sorry, they may have just jumped out.
Why?
Sorry, it happened. I was watching all the latest Impact Wrestling. I'm all caught up.
I like the global.
Well, we lost all our viewers there, so thank you guys for tuning into Java Radio.
By the way, yes. So, but before we go, I had it down to talk about. I actually wrote this down to talk about it, and I didn't mention it at the top of the show. I kind of fucked it up. So, as we do close the show here, I do want to bring up, guys, huge announcement. Usually you do this at the beginning of the fucking show, but we're going to do it right now. JobberRadio.com. We're gonna have a website, guys. It's been in the works for a little while. It's gonna be launched by the time you hear this. You need to go check it out. As soon as you hear this, boom, type it in JobberRadio.com. You're gonna have all of our latest videos on YouTube and all of our podcasts. You got information about us, the history of Jobber Radio, all kinds of other stuff. Plenty of stuff to come, by the way. But see, I meant to talk about this at the beginning. I feel so like nobody's even listening anymore. I did not mention this.
You could always edit this part in. And
no, this is it. Yeah. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
That's not how we do it, yeah.
No, we got to redo the whole
I'm lazy. Here it is. I'm just going to do a teaser. Here we go. I'm going to release a video later on that's going to talk about the Jobber Radio Prediction League. Now, it's going to be a separate video. You'll see more details on it later, but for everybody listening right now, JobberRadio.com. You go there. We're going to have a prediction league where we're going to have pay-per-view prediction events where you're going to sign up. You're going to create a profile, pick a character that's going to like represent you. I got Dean Ambrose. We got Peanut with Ryback for some fucking reason.
Fitting.
Yeah. Lee picked Arn Anderson. We got Rab with Matt Hardy. And we got Scott with Bret Hart. And eventually we'll get Matt Zion in it when he gets back. But guys, you're going to go there. We're going to have predictions.
When Rab and Matt Zion are done with their vacation.
Yeah. And you're going to go there. We can have predictions. We're going to have contests. All kinds of fun stuff. It's going to be good. You need to go check it out. JobberRadio.com. I will release a video with more details, more information. You'll see it later on before we go. And I think NXT TakeOver Chicago. I think I want to have that as our debut Prediction League show. So...
Yeah, so this is going to be good for all you marks out there who think you know better than us.
Yeah, because we're going to be
going to do this prediction league. Well, we'll see who predicts the better matches there. All of you marks out there listening to us right now. So just keep that in mind. Sign up on jobberradio.com, get your profile done up, and start into the prediction league for pay-per-views going forward.
And I even did a couple tutorial videos in case you don't know how to fucking do it, even though it's simple. There's a couple of tutorial videos you'll find on the website. And I think
totally taking advantage of that.
I know. I think we need to put Peanut. I think Peanut needs to be in the main event of the first show. What do you guys think?
Sure.
I think we need to have Peanut Ryback, aka Ryback, going toe to toe against somebody. I don't know. I'll pick a random fan. We'll have a random fan to sign up. How about this? How about the very first fan that signs up?
The Peanut Challenge.
It's going to be you versus Peanut.
The challenge is open.
Yes. The very first person to sign up.
We'll face Peanut.
We'll face Peanut.
I was hoping for a moment for that. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there we go. Well, if you stuck with us long enough, there you go. You got that. But like I said, more info to come, guys. I think it's about time we head out of here. We did some good stuff today. I think we did some good stuff.
Yes.
It was fun. Yeah. Definitely fun.
It was totally sufficient.
And who knows? Maybe Matt Zion and Rab will be back one day. Maybe they'll be back
someday.
One day.
Maybe.
Yeah. Once Matt's done blowing male Asian hookers to get more money for reckless eating.
But all right, guys, we're out of here. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks for the podcast. Check out us on YouTube, Jobber Radio. Do it right, and we're out of here.